supernatural activity occurs more when there's less living occupants.
This one, the client wants us to come back and do it more kind of less people, less of a gathering, and just have maybe one or two in the house at any given time.
Does returning during the daytime to a previous location produce more results?
A lot of response actually from questions and such. So that was pretty interesting. I've never actually seen that happen before with the dowsing rod.
Holy shit!
What?
Holy shit!
The team is also reminded of something that all paranormal researchers should keep in mind.
So all this is going on then, and it's kind of, things are not adding up.
Yeah, well then there's more text messages before we end up going over.
Yeah.
Situations where tried to have the wool pulled over our eyes before.
And she's home. That's it.
Yeah.
So the case then for tomorrow is going to be a daytime case, and there's activity that actually does happen quite a bit in the daytime too, and this is one of those cases where there seems to be more activity happening in the daytime than at night. And it's kind of maybe it's cliched or just typecast that there's a lot of cases that we do at nighttime, but activity actually can happen during the daytime, can happen anytime. This one, the client wants us to come back and do it more kind of less people, less of a gathering, and just have maybe one or two in the house at any given time. But it would be nice to still keep houses like this one in Mitchellville that we're due tomorrow. That principle, or that helping a homeowner, private residence, first. These other ones, sure. the recreational investigations is what I call them, and it's nice to go there, and like I've been to Waverly Hills before, and it's nice. I wouldn't mind going back there again. And St. Augustine Lighthouse would be nice to investigate. Chris and I went up there and we did the Florida trip and saw it, and there's definitely something there picked up on spiritually, but those are not going to be our mainstream, especially because, well, average everyday people don't really have, spend $100 here, $200 to go to Mansfield. You can't,
right,
and just travel.
Yeah.
So
Eric had come to me to see if I wanted to go back to Tress's house, Mitchellville house, and I said absolutely.
Okay, we finally get to head back to the Mitchellville case, which was the first time we were there is case number 007, and when Jackie made a guest appearance, and she happened to be there too, because it's been an ongoing thing that she's been working on as well.
Did I not hear a niner in there? I don't respond unless there's a niner.
Testing niner. Go over.
Much better.
I go this way. It's because it's almost halfway in between the Grandma Max's exit and the Highway 65, 69, so.
Whatever, as long as you know where you're going.
Yep.
Have they still been having the same issues there at the house then since they've been there?
It just is that there's more activity or presence is more known during the daytime.
Yeah, let's see if we can get a hot bottle to move.
Exactly.
See what you get with just singly with not too much, what's the word I'm looking for, commotion in the house. There's more commotion, it distracts from the stuff like you can get singly.
Or if you start moving, like you start levitating, then I'm gonna have to try my best to pull you down.
Well, you know, I am a big girl. I think they might have a little bit of issue trying to get me up, but if I do, yes, please do.
All right.
Initially when we pulled up, obviously it was much different than pulling up in the dark this time because it was a daylight case. Went in the house, honestly didn't have the negative feelings that we had the first time. Maybe the first time it was just the fact that it was my first case. So it was kind of nice to come in a second time to see what those feelings would be. I don't know if it was just things had kind of calmed down or they knew we were coming this time. I don't know, but it wasn't the negativity that I had felt the first time. So it was nice to kind of see that aspect of it also.
Hey again.
Hi! How are you guys? Come on in.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Hi.
All right, so finally we made it back here.
Yes!
And we're gonna do it solo. It's just Sarah and I this time, as we originally had gone over. So what we're gonna do, set up all the equipment, and then in the first hour or two, just kind of sit and chill. Maybe not even ask very many questions. Just kind of do our own thing and see if it presents. We'll probably be in here because we had kind of a feeling today. A lot of it's going to be upstairs primarily, and so we're going to see if we can do that. But was there really any activity or anything that's happened since?
Jessica, the other night, Jessica.
What?
Can you come out here?
The people screaming. Here.
That was with these two.
Yeah. And then she texted
I heard
me. She's
screaming.
like,
I don't know, more of like an erotic type scream, but it was like,
wow.
What do you mean?
but
It
it was,
wasn't me.
no, because she texted us saying something about doors. Do you hear the door slam?
And
We heard it before.
Doors downstairs.
We heard it before, and
And nobody was downstairs.
when she sent that
We were-
text,
we
like
were
right
just
after,
going
right
back.
after that text is when I heard the scream. I'm like, do you hear somebody scream?
And
I've been
then-
hearing people walk around and all that.
And then I come upstairs the
I
other
said, I
night.
ain't getting out of bed.
I went walking towards the basement door. There was somebody I thought somebody was standing behind me. I swear to God, there was somebody standing behind me.
So she ran
And then I went right in bed to her. And I heard the floor squeak behind me. And I thought there was somebody standing behind me. And I came back in bed. She's like, "What is your problem?" I'm like, nothing. Just go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed.
And that was just a few nights ago.
Mhm.
Probably, was it Wednesday?
Tuesday.
No.
Tuesday or Wednesday. It was this last week.
Okay.
Most recent, was there anything else directly right after we were here that happened? Wasn't there something else that moved or something like that you told me about it?
Gosh, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Refresh my memory.
I can't remember if it's
You wanted
door
validation. I know it was validation you were wanting, and I showed you some validation on what was in my grandfather clock.
Well, the one thing
I'm
that I
just
still
so
haven't.
used to things, you
No,
know.
it's all right. I haven't looked at it yet because I said I wouldn't. That document that you gave me,
Yes, I gave you some paperwork.
and I told her about that, and I said after we do it today,
Then
unless
you
we
can
come
read
back
it.
a third time, but if we do, just here and then we can read it afterwards, and that's still locked away. So, okay. So we're gonna do then. So we're gonna unload. I have a few things I might try this time too. One of them is, remember Michael Esposito?
Mhm.
Yeah, he has that Telephonic Hiss,
Mhm.
and I have one of his copies of the CDs. We've tried it before. It does amplify things, and you think you hear more and stuff like that. So I tried that here. Also, maybe the human dowsing rod, if that's okay with you. That's the one where the energies, and it's like my hands are the dowsing rods and moving around and stuff like that. I usually say that towards the end because it does drain energy.
Not scream, but moan.
It's like both together.
Yeah. You don't usually hear.
Like it sounded like a
neighbors.
distant scream, kind of.
You need to
Yeah.
stop.
You don't usually hear the neighbors.
No.
You need to stop for me.
I don't hear any. Like I don't hear them up here when I'm down there.
So I've been in that situation. I hate apartments. You live in apartments or in dorms, and you hear the erotic
Yep.
screams, and it's not paranormal.
You wish it was.
Yeah.
We got there. It was pretty easy setup. Pretty fast actually for just the two of us. We kind of knew exactly where the other one wanted the equipment, and so it was a pretty easy one even for two people. But it was kind of nice actually not having the distractions of other people, so that was nice.
Living room 1 and 2. Outside is 3. And downstairs, stationary is 4. Spirit Interceptor 2 is downstairs right there, and it rotates between the two cameras, so Spirit Interceptor 1 is in the bedroom. Just the two of us? Just the two of us. It's becoming a theme.
I know. I'm just gonna kind of just.
I'll just chillax for a little while
gonna say.
over here. I'm gonna get that pop bottle.
After the setup had taken place, we decided we were going to sit and just kind of take in everything for a while. And we did that for a good, probably 45 minutes, just watching the cameras and taking photos.
We still want to keep the same rules would apply as if it was digital. We still want to do multiple photos. So just two of us right now, and one thing that I wanted to try again, which I've done before in the past, but it was film cameras, because it seems like sometimes the evidence that we get in photos of a film, a 35 millimeter or a film format tends to be more eye-popping, and it seems like we get more potential evidence with one of these than with like a digital camera that they sell most of the time. Might drive the interceptors. This will be the first time when we're using interceptor 1 and 2 in the same location, so it'll be interesting to see what results we get. Bring back old mini-me. Got the chills just a little bit ago, and then shortly after that you had what felt like a cold chill. It was actually a breeze coming from your elbow. It was like radiating right in this area.
It felt like it was like kind of coming out from underneath the couch, but there's no way that it could have between the seat cushions.
What we're going to try then is just general casual conversation about personal experiences with fire. Since this place has had history of fire, all this town has, but particularly this plot of land. One that I had was, I think I was in the 8th grade at the time, in middle school, and when the bus had dropped me off, or we got close to my house, I seen there was flames and smoke on the horizon, a lot of smoke, and it was in the fields around the house, and the bus had dropped me off, and there was a firefighter, volunteer firefighter that was there, and they got it taken care of. It was one of those typical during a harvest season combine or machinery started fires, that kind of thing when they're out there.
Experiences with fires, except for, Girl Scouts, the bonfires in high school, and out in the middle of a field, and nothing we didn't handle, and I'm paranoid about now.
Yeah.
So nothing almost getting overburned or smoking in the kitchen, that kind of thing.
Oh, burning in the house. Oh, yeah.
That's happened a lot.
Yeah, me cooking.
Yeah.
That's normal.
Enough to where it sets off smoke detectors.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
definitely. Definitely set off smoke detectors with my cooking.
Yeah.
That's why Miles does most of it.
Oh, okay.
I can burn water. I'm a pretty good cook, but once in a while. But making homemade caramel, that's
Okay.
hardly ever done anymore.
You and Miles are going to become one here this next week.
2 days.
Excited?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
We've been together for 6 years now, so figured we might as well go
That's
to
good.
Vegas tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Tomorrow
Vegas.
evening. Yeah.
Like we were talking about, a lot of history out there, and even more so in some ways than Iowa has. So in Nevada, if you can spread the word.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes
absolutely.
in between
Yeah.
your romance.
Well, that one team is from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Oh yes, 3 guys.
Yeah, that's 3 guys.
If you run into them, tell them my hellos. Whoa, motion on all of them at once.
Wow.
Motion man on all cameras at once.
I think before actually moved.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure though.
Okay.
It's time to break out the human dowsing rod again. I reserved it for this case, as I'm picky about when I do it. Some cases I will, some I won't. This one I felt it was okay to go ahead and throw that extra energy out there to see if something would act upon it or whatnot. I've had good success in the past doing this strategy, and human dowsing rod has also come up with some evidence during it. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here.
Gotta get ready for this. I'm getting chills.
Holy shit.
What? What? What was it?
Something walked right across here.
Really?
Yes.
Just during the preparation, it looked like, well, Sarah thought she'd seen something on the DVR camera downstairs. It was on Interceptor 2 footage. It looked like there's a figure, something walking across. So we'll have to look back and see.
Holy shit.
Nice.
I mean, it was like
Like an apparition?
it was dark. It was dark, and it went right over here, and then just kind of like disappeared while it was moving across.
Cool. Could caught it in the flash. That when it
When it was on, it wasn't. Well, yeah, when it was on 5.
Okay. Timestamp here for DVR.
106.
About 106, possible figure moving in basement on channel 5. Spirit Interceptor 2. Alright, see, even when I'm prepping for this, things tend to happen more, so if it gets too much for you, Sarah, I'm being serious.
no, I'm
if it gets
fine.
too much,
That was cool.
just let me know, because I can break my trance at any time if I have to.
I am not worried about it.
Okay.
Eric decided we're going to go ahead and do the human dowsing rod, which you'll see here in the documentary where he lays on his back, his arms straight up like dowsing rods, and basically lets kind of like the spirits guide him where they go.
God. Chills. Chills. It almost felt like I was going to sleep.
My foot's doing the same thing.
Really?
My left one.
It's my left hand.
At one point, my left foot and his left hand were both numb and tingling, like they were falling asleep. That was pretty interesting.
Numbness. Are you still recording? Slight noise in the kitchen. Strong on my fingertips. Noise in the kitchen. Noise in bedroom. Noise in kitchen. Noise in bedroom. What? Is that you?
No, I heard it though.
That was a female voice.
Said what?
I'm missing chills on this one. What? What? Is that you? That was a female voice.
We did hear some more voices. At one point, it sounded like "hello" or something to that effect. Hopefully, it was caught on a camera or DVR. A lot of knocks, a lot of response actually from questions and such. So that was pretty interesting. I'd never actually seen that happen before with the human dowsing rod.
And instantly, I started doing the human dowsing rod. We started hearing noises. I would ask questions while I was doing it, and we were starting to get some responses that seemed intelligent. And we also heard a voice. It sounded like a female's voice. First, originally I dismissed it almost because I thought it was Sarah saying something or mumbling something to herself. She said then that no, it wasn't her. She heard it too. So that's one of those voices that we heard out loud. Hopefully we caught it in the audio. Rose, are you here?
You hear that?
Strong thud. Strong thud. Rose, if that's you, you give us that noise? I heard that.
It's over by the table.
That's exactly where I'm getting this from. Rose, if that's you, please, one more thud. One more noise. Chills. Full body. Stephanie. You hear that? Did you hear that?
Basement.
Honestly, I'm getting... Stephanie's here, no doubt. Rose is here with us still. But it's not so much... It's more of kind of like... She's not the dominant one this time. The man or whoever it is downstairs is the dominant one today. Seems doing something odd. It's almost like if I could go backwards, I would. I think it's pointing downstairs. And it's moving. All I can explain, Sarah, is when something like this happens, is it's not so much a physical grab, like you would be grabbing my arms, but it's like the feeling of when two magnets
of the same positive and positive going to you. You feel that force when they won't go together.
Mm-hmm.
It's that force that I feel that's moving these arms. And then extra stuff thrown in there, like chills, goosebumps.
I'll tell you what, when you were doing that, I was watching camera 5, and when it's in the basement, when you were doing that, distortion.
Really?
Yeah.
And now it's fine.
It's not nothing like what it was doing. Yeah, now it's perfectly fine.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it was just all over the place. It was losing signal left and right. Especially when it was supposed to be on the basement.
Yeah, because I thought of doing that too, doing the dowsing rod downstairs, but I'll hold off for a little while. So.
Yeah. I was just getting pictures of my, but I mean, I got the numbness in my foot. I have
Were you
not.
getting chills or anything like that? Too?
No, I mean, I would feel like a little bit of like a draft, like I was over here, but no, I wasn't getting goosebumps or anything.
It pointed in this. Where did it point? Because my eyes were closed when I did over this area.
That way.
Okay.
Never pointed towards me.
Well, that was interesting. The left foot and then the left hand.
So
I kept we work with heart disease?
Huh?
Should we work with heart disease as a trigger? I don't get so much that it's even that. But that was the first thing that came to mind, of course, when that had happened.
I don't know. I got the name Victoria.
I'm hoping that some of the scientific-based tools, as I always have something else running, whether it's a camera or at least DVR or something to help back it up when I'm doing that. But anyways, when I do that, it feels like two magnets of the same tract, and try to force them together and it pushes them off. It's like that feeling. It's not like a physical grab, like someone grabbing, but get chills, got goosebumps doing it this time. This time a numbness came across my left hand, fingertips primarily, and then faded as it went further.
Is there anybody out here with us right now? See, kids, smoking is bad. Do not start smoking. It's a nasty habit.
I can smoke, hold a K2, hold a video camera at the same time.
Just need a little whiskey or something, maybe Ron White.
I know.
So you got a little spike?
A little bit, not much.
Perfect setup though out here. You have the wind howling like a creepy.
Yeah. And it is cold. Yeah, I don't feel nothing out here. I kind of want to drive around the town a little bit.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, right now I'm not getting too much out here on the spiritual sense. We decided to leave our equipment running while we left the location and just empty the house completely of any living individuals, except the cat, of course, leave the cat there. And this idea had come up because the client had originally done some kind of research herself and would leave a digital voice recorder running, and they would all leave and you'd hear footsteps, and it seems like activity kind of just came out when nobody was there.
Decided to drive around for about 40-45 minutes, see if we could get anything on tape while no one was there, because that does seem to happen quite a bit, where they'll come up to the front door and hear things just slamming and crashing, noises and such, and nobody's at the house.
If you're here, Rose, we're going to be leaving for a while, okay? I have a rose right here, okay? It's a rose if you can see it. It's right here in my hand. I'm going to leave this here, okay? Like right here. Welcome to come up to it. Take it if you want. Presenting it as a gift to you if you want it, if you can get it. What we're going to do is actually a remote communication. We're going to be communicating via walkie or radio from another location and just have radios running in here asking questions. Yeah, so far it is. I'll give her kudos. It has been interesting in there when it's just two of us. Alright, Rose, if you're there, feel free to take the rose on the couch. Did you ever do a lot of stuff in cemeteries before?
Yeah, actually I have taking photos and such. They're packed away somewhere. I need to find them, but yeah.
Yeah, because contrary to a lot of popular belief, not every cemetery actually has something in it, and that's what you and I talked about. Miles at the meeting yesterday was doing a project where we actually go to so many cemeteries, see what we can get, investigate each of them, and then help prove or disprove that common belief.
If anybody's in there, you can talk to us. Tell us your name.
We have arrived back at the residence. Okay, like I said, we're going to try to infiltrate and try to listen closely, see if there's noises inside.
By the time we had come back, though, it was definitely something had lifted in the house. It felt like a normal house, just going in, relaxing, and get ready to watch TV. There wasn't anything negative. I didn't feel the need to have to look over my shoulder or anything like that. It was kind of nice, actually. Cords.
What about the cord?
They were underneath.
They're under the rug?
They were under the rugs. They were under the rugs before we left.
Okay. So we returned after leaving the house by itself, and it has a different feeling, spiritually, in that sense. It just doesn't seem to be as, not getting the watched feeling. And what about you?
No, I mean, it feels like a normal house, just walking into, and I don't feel anything in here. It was weird that the cords were over the little rugs right there in the hall, because I remember saying to myself, okay, I need to put these underneath the rugs, and then apparently you'd already done that, and then coming in, and that was the first thing I noticed, was that they were on top of the rugs this time.
I think before we do go, right now would be the time to take the cat downstairs and try that animal experiment, because animals do tend to be a little more sensitive, sometimes equivalent to or even more hypersensitive to spirit than psychics and sensitives. So, actually right on the pool table.
It's okay. Heard that humming again just now.
Yeah, was that what it was?
I heard humming. It wasn't the cat.
Okay.
I know, baby. I know. I'll move this over here. Heard that humming again just now.
Yeah, was that what it was?
I heard humming. It wasn't the cat.
Okay. As we've been advised, it doesn't like it down here, and so won't stay here too long with it, just enough to test it out and see. Okay, calm down. And then we're going to do the telephonic hiss CD now, which after a while gets annoying, but
Then we decided to go ahead and try white white noise CD. Had the cat downstairs in the pet taxi. And honestly, I didn't feel really too much down there. I think at that point, the presence that was there has had decided to either hide or just kind of move along for the day.
Towards the end, when wasn't a whole lot happening, we decided, since it was the first time I had both of the interceptors at an investigation at one time, we had to use that. We just couldn't let that opportunity go unused. Big Daddy.
Showdown of the Interceptors.
Just moves yours.
Pummeling me.
It's kind of cool with the two headlights. They come on. It's like you woke a giant.
Whatever, man.
Ooh.
Jeez.
I think I felt that one up here.
Oh, you're stuck now, bitch.
Well, I'm feeling like probably wrap it here soon. Not really. It's kind of, the activity's kind of ceased a little bit. Get the cat out of there. I know it doesn't really like it down there. And
Yeah. I know. I'm gonna take you upstairs. I know, baby.
So these are case files. What we're actually going to look at here was something that Tressa gave to me in the reveal. And it was something I haven't looked at
Is it this stuff here?
yet. Let me see.
Overall, the case went well. I think that Sarah did really good, especially got to do some one-on-one investigating with her. She held out. She did the setup and the teardown, and had patience during the daytime. Didn't seem to get too bored with it, so that was good. Very proud of the investigation, the way it went this time, even though it was just the two of us. So now it's just going over the evidence as always and seeing what else we can do for wrap this one up. Case number 013. So we'd wrapped it up here. Thanks again for having us back. We did it, just Sarah and me. And you were right, there tends to be a little bit more that happens physically, like activity, noises, and seeing things and stuff like that. We might be able to catch more likelihood of being able to catch, document, and show you later. We did pick up on spiritual too. It seemed mainly more spiritual last time, but during the daytime we've heard the noises, footsteps. We thought we heard shuffling. Alrighty. Okay. Yep. Alright, well thanks. We'll take over you. You're welcome. Alright, so you had contacted me the other night. Actually, I think I was passed out, and Jason and yourself sent me messages. I know that one of them was Paranormal 911, and just seemed like there's something unfolding at that night. I think he sent me some text messages and forwarded me some stuff. So
Yeah.
what all happened?
That night was just crazy because everyone was freaking out, and then I mean, everyone was freaking out. But previous to that, my friend who lives down 2 houses down from me, she called me up, or came over or something. Supposedly found a headstone in a crawl space that she could never ever be able to get into. And they got into it, and she crawled in there, and she found a headstone, and it said Henry with 2 adult handprints that said "Rest in Peace," and she took it and threw it away. Well, then she said that she had an Elmo and it had the batteries out of it, and the Elmo kept on going, "Hi," whatever Elmo's Tickle Me Elmo says. I don't even remember what he says. I just keep on thinking of Chucky.
Yeah, I try not to remember what he says.
But it kept on going off. So they shoved it somewhere or something, and then it came back again. Then they put it in the trash can for the rubbish man, and the rubbish came, picked up the rubbish. They went to take the can back in, and Elmo was in the bottom of the rubbish bin. So she took it, they shredded it up, took it, and threw it in the dumpster in like apartments far by their house or so. I don't know. And she got a text message, "Hello, friend." And she was like, "Who is this?" or something. Or something happened and it said Henry, Henry, Henry. And her friend, she called her friend, and her friend said that she never sent that. I told Stephanie, I said, well, first off, it was bad juju. If I found a headstone in my basement, I wouldn't throw it away. First off, it's bad juju. Plus, that would be awesome. You know, not awesome, but you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, I figured if anything, there would at least be photographs or something taken of it, and then potentially maybe contacting somebody about that.
I'd leave it alone. I called the police department because my house was buried on top of I would do something. I wouldn't throw it away.
Well, that'd be extremely amazing if there was complete, paragraphs, sentences, responses back and forth through text, because there is automatic writing and there's stuff like that where there's spirits that contact through computers or something like that.
I talked to her, and she wanted us to come in. So I called you.
So all this is going on then, and it's kind of, things are not adding up.
Yeah, well then there's more text messages before we end up going over them.
Yeah, and this is what you'd sent me. Let me go over this first here. Jason sent me 911. Seriously, Paranormal 911. And this was at about 9:14 p.m. And then call as soon as you can. A lot of shit is happening, and Kim can't text all of it, but it's pretty serious. And then also, you forwarded me some of the message at this point. And he said, "This is Kim." And then whoever responded said, "Hello there, friend.
Yeah.
Hi, Henry. How are you? Stay away." And you're like, "Tell me why." And you said, "My friend Eric wants to meet you." And then whoever it was responded, "She's mine. Never. No. See you soon. Do you know where I live?" And then it's responded, or she responded, "I'll show you."
Yeah.
And that's the bulk of what you had sent me that night.
Okay, when that happened, I was like, honestly, this is bull ass. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I just, it was fishy. It was fishy from day one. But, when she told me she had a 2-year-old, then even though something's fishy, because there could be something you don't know, you know what I mean? But when a child's involved, I want to go check it out, because just in case, you know what I mean? So before we go over there, I got a message, like she messaged Stephanie, saying can't come over, a lot of shit going on or something. And I was like, okay, what's going on, And Stephanie's like, I'm not calling. So then she called her. She said there was a gas leak in her house, and they're evacuating everyone. And then it changed from evacuating everyone to evacuating just her house. And I called bullshit. Mm-hmm. And I think we should go over there anyway. Just drive by. Do a drive-by.
Okay, so yeah, there's certain things that aren't adding up here. Not just to say that it's a fake request or anything like that, because I really hate to say that, because we, until we get there, we don't know. But I would say to drive through, definitely, if there's a gas leak, if that's the reason that it came up here, it's not just going to be one location that's going to be evacuated.
And it'd be all over the news.
Yeah, it's usually a block or two or so that's evacuated, and there's fire personnel and police. So
And
we
they're
would
letting
obviously,
people know not to go in that area.
and we'd be able to see that driving by. If
Yeah.
there's nothing going on, then it's fishy, maybe.
Yep, it is fishing. That's where we should go.
Let's get ready and go on. I'll get Jackie on this one as well.
Okay.
So there's some parts of the story that I was finding out that just didn't quite add up to the overall scenario. And maybe there is a haunting there, maybe there isn't. We wanted to still try to find out just in case maybe these people really did need some kind of help. And maybe it was help of another sort too. Maybe it's, something more psychological or whatnot. But anyway, so we decided to get in the vehicle and actually do drive by this place to see if maybe, their story was adding up or not. Because what we had just been fed was that there was a gas leak and their house was the one that was evacuated. And it was just right at the last minute. They were okay with having us over there, and we were actually ready to go and do our walkthrough and check out the place. And then basically got shot down on our way over there, saying that, no, don't come over there. If anything, it can still show paranormal researchers everywhere that not everything is paranormal. There's also logical explanations for things, and this is just as important to include in there. So.
Maybe that's it. Is that it? Oh, I don't want to call her. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Are you calling her? No, an accident. Don't call her.
That'd be a giveaway. What color's your house?
So just pulled my battery. Now we're gonna have to wait for it to load back up.
We drove by, and she was home. There was people mowing their lawns. There were children playing in the road. We didn't have the right address, but we figured somebody or her friend, my friend, saw her car and her dad out in the driveway. But me and Eric we picked up on a house across the street. Wasn't it across? Yeah. So it was all bullshit.
And she's home. She's not answering.
Busted.
Yeah.
Is Silver? Is that her dad?
Shit, yes.
Well,
Hey, honey.
Confirmed.
yeah. What I thought was confirmed, so.
So we drove by there and it seemed fine and perfect, and just kind of discouraging a little bit that because we don't know exactly what these other people have. They might have agendas of another sort. Some of them might play games, paranormal teams, and it's just not right and it's not fair to groups out there that are trying to do serious research. It's not fair to other clients either that seriously do have something going on. There's cases that we have and other groups have that children that can't sleep at night, the parents that want to move out of their house. I mean, there's serious situations going on here, and those are more the priority. And so I think with this one, unless something changes, probably set this one down, unfortunately. But it's definitely a good reminder to everybody on the team about these kind of situations that do exist, unfortunately, and people will be people.